Hello, sisters at 60andMe. It's Suzanne, the Beauty Shaman. So today we're going to talk about lip lines. Like so many of you are like, oh my God, what do I do? It's gotten so much worse. My lipstick just bleeds everywhere. I can't keep lipstick on. It's so discouraging. Before we start with what to do about lip lines, I want to tell you that you are beautiful and wonderful. I think this is such a crucial thing for older women to always know that we are beautiful. We have given so much to everyone around us, and it's important to look in the mirror and have love for yourself, to say, I love you. I know all of you are like, fine, get to what we do. In any case, I just want you to know that you are fabulous and beautiful and perfect exactly as you are. Okay, what do we do about lip lines? Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button so that we can continue to make great content for you here on 60andMe. Let's get going. So we're going to go through the causes, and then we're going to go through some things that we can do, some strategies. But the cause of wrinkles, as well as lines around the mouth, general aging, the cause is a degeneration of connective tissue. So the goal here is to have better health, to take care of our health, to build up the connective tissue in order that we have less degeneration. Nutritional supplements, collagen, things like that, which we're going to get into. But I always start with internal. What are the internal things that we can do? There are some external, but internal for me is more important. It is 80% of how we look, how we present ourselves is our internal health. What you see on the outside really shows what's going on the inside. As an esthetician, I can look at you and I can tell what's going on with you by your skin, because the skin is the largest organ in your body and it really shows what's going on internally for you. So lip lines are an internal issue of, like I say, collagen and connective tissue. Sun damage can really play a part. If you're out in the sun a lot when you were younger and you've gotten a lot of sun damage and skin damage, that can really have a huge effect on your skin. One of the other causes, of course, is smoking, but it's not the main cause, okay? It's not like, okay, if you quit smoking, then all of your lip lines are going to go away. That's not necessarily true, but it is something that can aggravate it. Your skin actually starts beneath the stratum corneum. That's where your skin starts. Your skin is kind of like baklava. There's many different layers. And as your skin cells start to move upward towards the dermis, what happens is if your body doesn't have enough nutrients, if you aren't filling your body with nutrient-dense foods, with great supplements, that sort of thing, as the cells work their way up, they don't have enough nutrients in order to reach the surface and be sort of alive and sparkly like when you're a little kid. So the goal here then is to provide your body with the nutrients that it needs. Our food, unfortunately, does not have the nutrient density that it did even, maybe 50 years ago. Our foods were much more nutrient dense, but now our soil has been depleted. We just don't have the amount of nutrients that we need. One of the other major factors is there's so many more chemicals in food. Our food contains 60% more chemicals than it did back in the 1940s, which is crazy. That's a huge leap forward. And that's one of the reasons why some of the health issues that are out in the world right now, because our soil is depleted, because there's so many more chemicals. So in order to get back to health, you really have to start taking chemicals out of your diet as much as humanly possible. This is the world that we live in, though. You can't completely avoid that. I realize that. But I do think living a clean lifestyle as much as possible makes an enormous difference on your skin. And when we're dealing with lip lines, we are dealing, like I said, with connective tissue, with general health. So many of us are on a lot of prescriptions, which can happen as we get older. Prescriptions are chemicals, right? Sometimes it's necessary. But the more you can get off prescriptions and go the natural route, the better. I think anybody would agree with that. How you do that is much more involved. I'm in no position to advise on that. I would say to see a health professional who focuses on nutritional supplements like a naturopath. Sometimes you can get doctors who also do natural medicine. That kind of thing can be incredibly powerful because your body is an organic being. Using organic means in order to heal your body is always going to make your skin look better and your general health be better than to take a chemical. One of the best things you can do as well is to cut sugar out of your diet or to greatly minimize it. Now, I know this is hard, and like 90% of you just rolled your eyes in the back of your head and went, ah! Look, I totally get it. Periodically, I just need one of those little whoopie pies. You know what they are? They look like an Oreo cookie, but it's a pie. Oh my God, they're so good. Anyway, cutting sugar out of your diet makes an enormous difference. There are actually 56 different terms for the word sugar used in food. Yikes. Yeah, just look it up. It's kind of crazy. So when you're in the supermarket and you're buying anything that's prepackaged, look at the amount of sugar. Many times, a type of sugar is in the top 3 to 5 ingredients. Those are the most important ingredients, 3 to 5. Those are the largest quantity. That's why they're at the top of the deck. So if sugar is in one of those, really just don't use it. And what this does mean is you're probably going to have to cook a lot more at home. Sorry, but that is kind of the general truth. All right, so externally, what can you do externally? Those are all the great internal things. What can you do externally? Of course, drinking more pure spring water is going to make a huge difference. I drink 64 ounces of water a day. Here's my water. That's a lot of water. I run back and forth to the bathroom all day. Exercise makes a big difference. That helps your body to rejuvenate, to be outside, to be in nature. I need to be outside. I'm like an outdoor girl. I know I look like an indoor girl, but I'm kind of an outdoor girl, kind of. All right, so externally, you can also exfoliate. Exfoliation is one of the best things you can possibly do to help the surface area of your skin. And what exfoliation does is it tells your skin, rejuvenate the skin cells, have the skin cells turn over more quickly. And then you start to have that skin that's down beneath the stratum corneum work its way up more quickly. And that can make your skin look much brighter. One of the greatest exfoliators is alpha hydroxy acids. What are they? You can actually get alpha hydroxy acids in a formula. You can buy that separately. I wouldn't mix it with any other formulas. Just buy yourself an AHA, alpha hydroxy acid. Alpha hydroxy acids are a mixture of acids, if in case you're interested. It includes things like citric acid, glycolic, lactic acid, malic acid, and tartaric acid. So using an alpha hydroxy acid in your skincare regime can really to help the cell turnover to be greater. And that's part of the way that you get your skin to rejuvenate. So peels can make a really big difference. If you go to an esthetician and you have an acid peel done, that's just one way to help your skin to slough off, to exfoliate the top layer of your skin. Microdermabrasion is another. Getting laser treatments can really make a big difference. Microneedling, which is a bunch of very small needles that poke into your skin. You actually look really bad for 2 to 3 days, but it does tell your skin, again, to rejuvenate. It really is a personal decision on what you feel the most comfortable with. I'm just running through these different suggestions for you to look into for your own lip lines. One of the best external strategies that you can do is to get a really great vitamin C serum. I am a big believer in vitamin C serums. There are a ton on the market. Most of them really don't do a very good job, and there's a few reasons for that. One is if you look at the deck of a vitamin C, you can see where vitamin C shows up. It needs to be in the first 3 to 5 ingredients. If it's further down, it's not going to have an impact on your skin. That's why a lot of vitamin C serums are so cheap, because they're using very, very little, and then you can tell by being further down on the deck. So what do you look for when you're looking into a deck for a vitamin C? The ingredient that you're looking for, and this is a mouthful, okay? Ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate. That is what you're looking for, that ingredient. That is the right type. It's a premium type of vitamin C that has a fat-soluble molecule in it in order to get it beneath your skin. The wrong type of vitamin C will not go beneath your skin. It will just wash off the top or barely go into the skin. You want something that's been formulated like this, like premium ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate, in order to have it soak into the skin and do anything at all. Besides make your skin feel better, you are going to notice a really big difference. You should. And really, you want to get 50, 60, 70, 80% of this. In other words, it needs to be in the top 3 to 5 ingredients. I would say the top 3 in order to have the right percentage. Most vitamin C serums contain around like 15%, maybe 20% if you're lucky. But the more that's in there, the more it's going to cost. Not always. You really have to read the ingredient deck. I recently read an ingredient deck of a product, vitamin C serum, that I was interested in, thinking, wow, this must be amazing. It was $350. Should be amazing, right? I should walk away from using that and look like a 12-year-old, like seriously. But when I looked at the ingredient deck, it actually came up as number 10 on the ingredient list. And 1 through 9 of all those ingredients for that particular C serum were all fillers. It was emulsifiers, fillers, wax, parabens, things like that, things that are just not good for your skin. And not only that, but they're just meant to make it feel good, smell good, like go on and you think this is amazing, but you don't notice anything different. And that's because the tetraisopalmitate was way too far down, right? There's not a high enough percentage in there to make a long-lasting difference on your skin. That's why you want to shop and look for that particular ingredient higher up on the deck. Very important. And that's actually, to tell you the truth, this is really good advice. Like really take this advice when buying a C serum. If you start doing the internal things that I talked about, as well as the external things that we're talking about right now, your lip lines will greatly diminish. There's no way they can't. It's really going to have an effect. So why do companies not use a premium vitamin C like what we're talking about? And it really boils down to cost. If you're going to use a premium product, if you're going to use something that is really effective, it is going to cost more. So that's why. That's one of the reasons it'll say, hey, 15% vitamin C. But if you look in the deck and it's the wrong type of vitamin C, it doesn't matter at all. It's not going to have the same effect. You just as well throw it in the garbage can, which I have done on numerous occasions when companies send me product to try and I'm like, okay, this isn't going to have an effect. I'm not going to say this is a good product. So it's really important to do your homework. Just look for that particular phrase. All right, nothing that we've talked about is a really quick fix, okay? Quick fixes are things where, you're going to look better on the outside. You'll notice a quick difference, but it's not going to actually make a long-lasting difference in your health or in your skin. So things like Botox, fillers, anything injection-wise that you do to your skin. A lot of people do these, it's personal choice. If that's what you want to do, totally go and do that. What I'm really encouraging is to take really good care of ourselves. And that way these things naturally begin to improve. I do promise you that if you put these things into practice, you will notice your lip lines going way down. I have noticed a really big difference on it. Everything begins to soften, and it really does start by your internal health. Please let me know what you think down below. I always love to hear from you, and I always respond. We always respond here at 60andMe. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.